Hi, this is Ron Davis, and I'm here on behalf of the National Burglar and Fire Alarm Association, and we're sitting with and interviewing Ralph Manento. Ralph has been around the industry for a fairly good period of time. He's the president of Royal Security in northeastern Pennsylvania. I'm not going to try and tell you what town it is. I'll let Ralph do that because he can pronounce it a lot better than mine. So let's ask Ralph a few questions about how he has seen the industry change over the last few years. Ralph, first of all, how are you?
Good, glad to be here, Ron.
And glad to have you sitting next to me, as close as we are.
Good. That little town you're talking about is Saylorsburg, Pennsylvania.
And if I were to look on a map, where would that be?
Well, it's northeastern Pennsylvania. We're smack dab in the middle of the Poconos, what they call it. We're about 35 miles west of Allentown, Pennsylvania.
How long have you been in business?
25 years in October.
And you have family in the business?
Yes, I have two sons, Dave and Ted. They've been in the business with me 15 years.
Tell me something, has it been any problem for you having family in the business, or?
Not at all. I'm very fortunate. Started in the business, over 37 years ago with a large company, and the family was raised in the business, so they're familiar with the business.
If you were advising somebody who was thinking of bringing family members into the business, what's one of the really good ideas you could share with about how to do that?
Well, first of all, I would talk to the family that's coming, people that are coming into the business, and what I would do is make sure that they're going to be happy in this business. Mm-hmm. If they're just coming in for the sake of getting a job, having a job, and collecting a paycheck, no. Stay out of the business.
Okay.
I was always taught that when your work is not play anymore, you get out of it. So my work has been play for the last 37 years.
If you were to give your sons a single piece of advice about where they're going to be 25 years from now, what would it be?
I really, it's a hard question to answer, okay? Because 25 years ago, my father-in-law talked to me when I was in the business. He said, "Gee, Ralph, what are you going to do when you sell everybody an alarm system?" And I stopped and I thought, and I said, "Gee, you're right. I don't know, But here we are, over 25 years later. We're going great, okay? We diversified. Okay, we not only sold security systems, but we went into the fire industry to intercoms, closed circuit television, big today, and so on. So we diversified, and that helped us a great deal.
And is all of this business tied into the theme of your business, which is recurring monthly revenue?
Definitely. That's the main thing.
So when you put in a access control or TV system, it's with a service contract?
That's right. About 95% of all of our customers have service contracts with us.
And a pretty good percent are monitored too?
Yes, almost all of our customers are monitored. I can say maybe 100 at the most aren't monitored.
That's fairly significant. What is the single biggest trend you've seen since you've been in the business?
I would say closed circuit television has come a long way. Closed circuit television. We do a lot of it. Thank God for my sons being the computer analysts that they are. I'm computer illiterate, okay, but they know what they're doing, and closed circuit television has come a long, long way.
And my guess is your 10 grandchildren can come in anytime and show you how to use all those computers.
Yes, they can. I rely on them.
Tell me something, Ralph. If you were to look to the future, how optimistic are you?
I'm very optimistic about the future. Security is part of our atmosphere here today in the world, in the United States. And we have to adapt to that, to the everyday problems. And we feel at Royal Security that we're adapting to those problems.
And when you say adapting, what do you mean by that? How do you adapt? Just kind of off the top.
Well, security, I feel at least, has changed a lot in the last 15, 20 years. When I first went into business, you would do doors, windows. Today, it's the space protection you're putting in. a lot more homes or residential customers are interested in protecting their homes with closed-circuit television today. And that wasn't even in the picture years ago.
And we should point out that Ralph was originally a dictograph dealer. So you're going back into the days of really direct selling, correct?
That's right.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
your adaptation was pretty significant.
Right. We went into a program with dictograph where we had a demo kit, and we made the appointment with the residential client, okay, and went in and demoed them and gave them a sales talk on life safety at that time, basically with fire. Fire was very, very important. At that time, it was #1 issue with home protection and so on. And my feeling was when I left dictograph and went into my own business, I had to convey all of that information, okay, to my customers now. We don't do it today. Also, we don't do anything without a demo kit.
So the techniques that you used back when you got in the industry are the same techniques you're still
Basically the same. When something is going good, okay, you don't change it.
You've got that right, and I agree with you. Tell me if you had just one piece of information that you could pass on to somebody who was coming into the industry that would help them grow their business. What might it be?
Well, first of all, your attitude in this business, you have to have a positive attitude.
Okay.
You have to know what you're doing when you get in the business. You have to know the product, how to convey the sense of urgency to the customer. A lot of people go into this industry today not even knowing about the security industry and what it does. They just get into it because, well, they feel they want to make money.
Last question. If you had just one thing that you could tell somebody coming into the industry to avoid, what would it be?
Avoid jumping into it overnight.
Okay.
Talk to people such as organizations such as the NBFAA, local state organizations, other good companies, reputable companies in the business, and get their opinions of the business and what's to look forward to.
If we were to pass this on to people already in the business, then you might say that networking and finding out what others are doing in the industry can help you decide how to plan the business.
Definitely important. Networking is I would say, one of the top things that we have to do in this industry. With our local state organization, our region is one of the top regions in the state of Pennsylvania, and when we have a meeting, all of our other companies there meet on a one-to-one basis with each other. We're very, very friendly. We help each other out, and in the long run, it helps everybody.
I want to say to you, Ralph, that your ideas are terrific. Your contributions to the industry have been great, and we appreciate your being here today.
I thank you, and it was very good to be here.